is Stephen Wright. I am a co-founder and co-director of Four Walls International, and we create more sustainable harmony between the environment, communities, and human livelihoods. And we do it by focusing on the existing potential within existing structures and the leverage points of science, policy, finance, and community.
Hi, I'm Waylon Matson, co-director, co-founder of Four Walls International. We've been working here in the border region for about 12 years now. We've really focused on the transborder waste and sediment flows that originate in Mexico and really end up on this side of the border, just right in this estuary right here.
Hi, I'm Kristen Goodrich. I'm with the Tijuana River National Estuarine Research Reserve. We're here in Imperial Beach, California, and in place to protect one of the last intact coastal wetlands we have left here in Southern California. It's an extraordinary place situated in this binational region, but we're facing some significant issues around environmental degradation, sedimentation, waste management, marine debris.
So working with the US EPA and the North American Development Bank, we conducted a study here to really empower regulators with a toolkit or a framework that would allow them to see how waste and sediment moves through the system.
The pollution issues here in the Tijuana River Valley are decades old. The border itself makes it very difficult to address these problems at the source. Whether that's border wait times or the lack of overlap in various jurisdictions, it's difficult. But what does seem to make the border more porous is mutually beneficial business opportunities. The Cross-Border Express in Otay is a perfect example of this. That's why we turn trash into an investment opportunity. We call it the Border Impact Bond, or el bono de impacto fronterizo. Our preliminary calculations are actually saying that we can offer 16 to 22% ROI over 10 years to investors while reducing the trash and sediment flows by tens of thousands of metric tons every year and hundreds of thousands of dollars in environmental mitigation costs. Using trash and tires to build green infrastructure, parks, homes, etc. We can create jobs and economic incentives and actually reduce these flows enough that we would save the government enough money they can afford to repay the loan or the bond.
Concept called boundary spanning, which I think is really relevant to our work here in the border, because we have to not only span a physical boundary, the border infrastructure, to do our work, but we also have to span boundaries between getting science into decision-making spaces. We have to span boundaries of different fields of science and thinking about how we can work in an interdisciplinary way to solve these issues.
We can work together, we can collaborate, we can fix our common shared problems together. We can do that, right? And we can do it with creativity, with collaboration, and with directive democracy. By unifying the groups here and our complementary strengths, we can prioritize projects and we can calculate their impact on these cross-border flows before we move ningún granito, before we move anything, before we build anything. There are incredible people up here, and their resiliency is something we all need to learn from moving forward into this uncertain future.
We all want to see change, and we can always point fingers at why it's not happening fast enough or not taking enough responsibility for it. But whether you're in the public sector, the private sector, academia, or you're just a citizen of the earth, I think it is a collaboration of across the board, and it's about stepping up to the table. It's about listening to the other people on the other side of the table and putting together something that works.